Hello and welcome, thank you for joining me. Today what I want to do is show you one super cool lick that sounds really great on the acoustic and really cool on the electric as well. It's really impressive, so if anybody ever says, oh play me something, or you can just jam, what we're going to do is show you how to do this really cool lick on a couple of chords, just two chords, and we're going to use fragments of chords as well. So if you struggle with chord changes, this is going to be really good. It's ideal for beginners, this lesson, as long as you take your time and practice, and we're developing some early, intermediate and beyond ideas as well. Okay, so the chords we're going to use are going to be G and E minor, okay, for the most part. Really simple, but it's what we do with them that really counts. Okay, so this is going to be the lick. Okay, this is a simpler version. I'll show you a few fancy ideas as well. Okay, that's a simple lick, but now listen to this. This is where we're going to spice it up a little bit as well. Alright, okay, so what is the lick? Well, see the description below as well. So I'm going to put the tab there, okay? Just some notation for you so you can get it. But basically, we're going to strum the G chord, play any G chord you like. I'll show you a breakdown how to simplify that in a minute. Play any G chord you like, hit the low E string, and then strum the chord. Okay? That's all we're going to do to start with. Then the lick is this. Okay, it's a series of notes all on the D and G strings, and we're going to break it up into chunks. So we've got the G string open, then the D string open, and then hammer on to fret 2 of the D string. So the first three notes. Okay, that's the first bit. Second chunk then is open G string, hammer on to fret 2 of the G string, and open G string. Okay, so first chunk, second chunk, and together the two chunks sound like this. Okay, and then what we're going to do to finish off with is play fret 2 of the D string and pull off to the open. Okay, so that's the third chunk. So again, chunk 1, chunk 2, chunk 3. Okay, and all together. Nice and slowly. Okay, so just to recap the notes: open G, open D, hammer on to fret 2, open G, hammer on to fret 2, open G, D, fret 2, pull off to open D. Okay, it can be quite confusing when you learn these licks. I found in the past when I was learning guitar, you know, I'd watch YouTube and I'd look at these licks and be, oh crikey, what's the playing there? You know, and it get really confusing. So slow down the video, take your time. There you go. Okay, and then when you put it with the G chord, it's like this. Okay, which is cool. And then we did it E minor, the same thing. Open low E, and then strum, and then the lick. Okay, I slowed it down a bit there, and that's to highlight how bad it can sound when the rhythm isn't right. So get the rhythm right, it's really important. That's the sort of groove of the rhythm. And there you have it. Okay, so that's the simpler bit. Now let's jazz it up, let's spice it up. We can get good at that first of all, so get the foundations, and then we can spice it up. So when we did a couple of notes, we could just do a little hammer on and pull off right at the end. So instead of doing this, we can replace those last two notes with three notes, which will be a triplet. So instead of doing fret 2 of the D to pull off on the open, we can do open D, hammer on to fret 2 of the D, and pull off. So we've got a space for two notes, but we're putting three notes in. So we're putting three triplets instead of 2 eighth notes. And that will sound like that, open, 2, open on the D. Okay, so with a lick, slowly, it will be like that, okay? And slowly again. Nothing changes in the lick, by the way, apart from the end. Okay, and with the groove of the strum. have it. That sounds cool as well. And then you can even spice that up by taking that exact rhythm, but instead of doing the O2O on the D at the end, you could do 3-5-3 on the B string. Exactly the same rhythm. So, okay, so like this. G strum, the first chunk, second chunk, and then the little triplet on the B string. And smoothly it'll sound like this. Okay, that's quite cool. And then if you want as well, you could even do this little double stop instead of, yeah, so basically again right at the end where we do fret 2 of the G string, 3 of the B, slide up 2 frets to fret 4 and 5, and then slide back. And that's fast. That's a hard little slide to do for a lot of people, but it sounds cool, very expressive, and you can throw that in. And mix and match. And so on. But now we're going to put it together for a little jam. I'm just giving you ideas here, okay? One lick, and there's loads of ways to vary it, loads of ways to have fun, but let's do that. So we'll do the G into the E minor, G into the E minor, and then we'll do a little bit of normal strumming, and then you can go back to that. So you can kind of get a really fun jam, okay? And you can mess about with this lick, you can play it on different strings. You know, you could even go something like this. You know, hear that? It's the same rhythm, but I just switched it to the B and high E strings, okay? All I did was play it on fret 3 of the B and high E, which leads me to another point, okay? Really important point, and I hinted at this early on in the video. Okay, we're using the pentatonic scale. We're in the key of G major. We're using the G major pentatonic, or a E minor pentatonic as you could call it. And all that the notes are is open 3 on the low E, open 2 on the A, open 2 on the D, open 2 on the G, open 3 on the B and high E. Okay, and we sometimes playing various notes like that. 5 of the B string, which is also an E note, and it's the same as the high E string. B string fret 5, same as open high E. Okay, so basically it's just a pentatonic lick, and it's really cool. It's inspired by, a bit like Wish You Were Here, David Gilmour, but there's a bit of Leonard Skinner inspiration here as well. A few other things. It's just fun. Okay, so the G chord, if you want to simplify it, you can play a 4-finger G like this. Okay, but sometimes you can play a 1-finger G, which a lot of people don't really know. And all I'm doing there is fretting fret 3 of the low E string, and I'm rocking my finger back. So this finger, middle finger's killing off the A string. And then I'm not strumming the high E string. I'm just doing a partial strum. Okay, you can do that, or you can play a bigger version of the G. So you can simplify the chords, so you don't have to have these big awkward chords that you got to play. And beginners really struggle with chord changes, So if you do, you could simplify the chord a little bit, strip it back, just play a 2-finger G if you want, and just not strum the high E. E minor, it's a simple chord anyway, 2 fingers, okay? And then you can play it like that, alright. So when you do a little bit of a jam, you could do this sort of thing. We're going to switch between all these chords that we've just done, the 2 chords, a G and E minor. Then we'll do a C major 7 with a G, okay? And then we're going to do a D. And I'm going to give you some cool little pointers on the D. So let's just put it together. I hope you can get some inspiration from this. It's a beginner-friendly lesson, I hope, because the way we broke it down. But it's very much taking your ideas to the intermediate level, because beginners can't do this right away. So it'll take some time. So be patient. And this is what you can end up with. This sort of thing. do whatever. You can have a lot of fun. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some inspiration. It is a bit random in some ways because when you just strumming a simple strum pattern, playing the same old things, it could be quite simple and boring, okay? But as you start going down the rabbit hole of trying different ideas and messing about with different things, there's so much you can do, so many options, and sometimes it can feel a little bit random, but that's just the creativity taking over, okay? So get a solid set point like we did in this video with that little lick. Okay, get good at that, and then just build from there, okay? Give it the strum, like a little two bass note and a little strum, okay, on the chord. And get good at that, and then get the transitions going. And then you can build from there. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. This is a bit of fun. Let's not be too serious about it. Try and have fun. Try and learn something from this. And if you want more from me, go to fingerstyle101.com/free. Some really cool stuff there that will help you. And you can always subscribe, like I said, to the channel. And check out this video here for some more fun, especially on the D chord. You'll enjoy that if you enjoyed this. Right, cheers. Bye-bye.